I'm Joe Zikas from Winnetka now. I've just walked into 1093 Elm, a luxury new construction home in Winnetka. Met Maureen Ryan, who's going to introduce me to the developer.
Thanks for coming, Joe. This is Gary Gries of C.M. Development, and he has built this beautiful home here at 1093 Elm Street, and I'd like to have him show us around.
Okay, Gary, first...
Come on in, Joe.
Great. First, set me in context a little bit. Where in Winnetka am I located?
We're in what's West Winnetka. We're about 4 blocks west of downtown, about 2 blocks from the Nielsen Tennis Center, which everybody's familiar with usually. We're about a half a block from Skokie School, and about 4 blocks from Coldwell, which is the nearest elementary school. We'll also put it in the context. We're about a mile, I guess, from the Edens Expressway.
All right. I measured this morning before coming over here. We're just a little over half a mile to the train station.
Okay.
And
about 6 blocks.
6 blocks. 56 100ths of a mile according to Google Earth.
Okay.
And about 4/10 of a mile or less from the Elm Street Shopping Center and Dining Center over there.
Okay.
Which, if people don't know, Winnetka just is a treasure of little shops. Show me around a bit and tell me what you were trying to achieve here. The home, as I approached it, looks to fit very well within the context of Winnetka.
Well, that's one of the things we try to do. We spend a lot of time making sure that the homes that we build fit into the community, fit into the the local neighborhood. Tend to build very traditional, yet distinctive homes, so that the objective is that after a year or two, you won't be able to tell that it's a new home. It could have been here for 50 years, just like many of the other homes in the community.
So the classic center entrance floor plan, it appears.
Exactly, right? This is the living room over here to your left. Stone fireplace, the dining rooms off in the other direction. Again, I think one of the things, I don't know if you can get it on film or not, but one of the things that we try to do is very extensive use of moldings. Something you tend to see in very high-end homes.
And the wainscoting is something you don't see in all the new construction homes either. So back towards the...
This is back toward the family room and the kitchen. There's a small office to your left, which you just passed. Another stone fireplace, which is in the family room. And the kitchen. Very large kitchen with custom cabinets and granite countertops and all the high-end appliances that the buyers up in in this price point tend to expect.
You've done a number of homes in this price point, so you probably have in the Cage area in Wilmette.
I have. I've done 4 new homes in Wilmette, plus a couple of rehabs.
So you've gotten a fairly good feel for what the buyer's expectations are.
Well, it's a very sophisticated buyer that's looking up in this neighborhood. They're not first-time buyers, so they've had some experience owning something, whether it's a condo or a smaller home, and they pretty much know what they want, and they know what and their expectations, given the income level that you need to afford a house like this. They tend to be very demanding.
Give me the basics, Gary. Price here is
$1,895,000.
Bedroom and bath count?
We have 5 bedrooms and 5.5 baths. Actually, you have a 6th bedroom in the lower level. There's 3 floors. It's about 5,000 square feet of living space.
Nice sized yard.
Nice sized backyard, a 2-car garage. It's all brick, which essentially will make it relatively maintenance free over its life.
We're in a part of Winnetka that still has alleys and sidewalks. And,
that's true. It's true. If you don't have a driveway, you've got a lot more yard that's usable.
So we've got a great sized dining room. I have very nice, spacious breakfast nook that's octagonal shaped in part.
Yeah, sort of half of a.
You can seat 6 or 8 people in that area very easily, Joe.
One of the main objectives that we have is to build a home that fits nicely into the neighborhood. And secondly, build a home that's of a very high quality to meet the demands of the prospective buyers. Because I live in the neighborhood or live in the community, we tend to resist compromising on anything from a quality standpoint, so everything is very high end. For example, the kitchen cabinets here are true custom cabinets as opposed to the off-the-shelf kind of custom that
they're built in place.
but each piece is hand built, and you've got the ultimate flexibility because there's no standard sizes that you have to buy and then try to work around it. For the hood, for example, is true custom to fit this particular application.
How much of this, Gary, I've always been curious, is fantasy lifestyle that people are looking for, and how much is practical? Does your buyer use that range, or is that something the caterer uses from time to time?
Well, if you like to cook, and my wife, we happen to have the same range in our home. If you like to cook and you know what you're doing, it's a terrific appliance.
And if you don't, the caterers appreciate it.
If you don't, exactly. That's exactly right. And the same is true of the Sub-Zero refrigerator. It's expensive, but it's a very high quality. It'll last a lifetime. Pardon me?
It's a necessity for some people.
Correct.
And Joe, the flow of the kitchen to the family room, I think, is something today's buyers like if they have young children, that they like to be able to watch and see what their kids are watching on television or what they're doing on the computer, and mom can still be in here fixing a nice dinner.
Mm-hmm. What's the single biggest misconception that people have about Winnetka, Gary, that you might want to talk about? People have perceptions about Winnetka that may or may not be accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, I'm not sure what misconceptions people have. Everybody that comes up here is looking, or not everybody, but most of the people with families that are looking for the school systems and all the different things that the community can offer with respect to parks or the lake or just other community activities.
We have a walk to junior kindergarten to K-8 school location right here.
Right. I think there's a misconception that Winnetka is not a friendly community, that it's all wealthy people that don't have any interest in their neighbors. I sold a home about 1.5 years ago to a couple from the city, and she called me and said that her neighbors, within the first few days there, came over and brought her bread and flowers, etc. She said she lived in the city for 6 years and she never once met a neighbor. So she thinks the misconception of Winnetka not being friendly, she would like to dispel that. She loves this community and she came from the city.